If you've been following me for some time, I hope you know how much I love being a mom, being a wife, being a homemaker. These roles give me a sense of joy and fulfillment, and I'm constantly trying to get all the possible resources to learn more, to evolve, and to be better in these roles. Today, I'd like to share with you a book that I've just recently finished. I enjoyed it so much that I decided to share a few of my learnings with you. The title of the book is When Your Child is 6 to 12. Middle childhood is the last good chance to hold your child close. It's written by John Drescher. This is the first of his books that I have read, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So, this book talks about middle childhood age, as the title says, between 6 to 12. What inspired me to read this book is there is so much body of work related to newborns and to teenage life, to adolescence years, but there is so few books, at least that I have come across, that talk about this middle childhood. This phase is normally considered the easier phase. Children are not as dependent on parents as they are in their early years of life, but they're also not as independent as probably they are in their teenage life. But this age is also so important that will affect all their life. The character building, the personality, so much depends on how they are brought up at this phase of life. So, without further delay, let's get into what I learned. The first and the most important lesson that stayed with me was about the child parent relationship and how important it is during these years. So much that you do for a child when they are newborns will be forgotten. Children won't have a memory of it, but whatever happens during this phase is the foundation of their memory. So, this age is actually, as the writer says, the last chance for parents to build that special bond. If for any reason you've missed the first few years, make the best out of this age, because this is the time when the meaning of so many things, of relationships, of bond, of love, of understanding, of self-awareness, all these are unfolding to the child. The brain is growing. They can understand the words much better, but they can also understand everything that's not said but done. The child who does not receive love during these middle years will, in a few years, reach out for love in wrong ways. One thought that stayed with me and that repeats in the book several times is children at this age do not want to be good because of reward or fear of punishment, but they want to be good because of the love of their parents. What an amazing thing, and what an important opportunity. As a parent, I know my daughter, who's 5.5 now, constantly seeks my approval. Mama, was it good? Mama, was it right? And it's so important at this age to make them feel proud and make them feel important and lovable. And it's so amazing how little expressions of love are welcomed by them with so much enthusiasm. Just baking a cake for them that they love, or giving them a big hug after school when you see them after so many hours. The joy with which children at this age run towards their parents is just unbelievable. Another concept that repeats throughout the book, and that's so lovely, is that children understand what love is, what relationship means by the relationship or the bond that they see between their parents. The child and parents' relationship is very similar to the relationship that the parents have among them. Do you speak to each other with respect? Do you forgive each other easily? Are you kind with each other in your words? How do you resolve your conflicts? The way you do it is also the way you do it with your children, or at least that's how children understand it. The primary responsibility of parents at this stage is to have a beautiful relationship, to work on strengthening the relationship that they have for each other. That will define love and marriage and relationship and family for your children. If parents walk hand in hand, the child is quick to join hands. When parents express genuine love, the child will grow in love. If parents build their own relationship, the child reaps the benefits and blessings of that love. The third lesson, and not less important at all, is the importance of time in a relationship. I've mentioned it in my other videos as well. I personally do not buy the idea that parents need to give quality time. There's nothing as that. Children need quality and quantity. They need to spend time with you. But is that not true for any relationship at all? I mean, when you got to know this person who you love, who you've married in your early years, did you not spend long hours talking on the phone? Took any opportunity possible to spend a day together, to spend time together? That's how you built your relationship. And that's what any relationship wants. Friends, spouse, relationship with God. If you do not invest time, you never build a relationship. And so is true for your children. You need to spend time together. We need to remember that love is spelled Time. At this stage, if we are not making time for children or we are not giving attention to children will seek that attention by misbehaving. Many times, when you see a child throwing tantrums and misbehaving, they're only seeking your attention. So we have seen that every child has a deep desire to please their parents. Any word of appreciation will help build their self confidence, their esteem, their self image, which will help them all through their life. Also, it will build the confidence to take action, to do what they want to do. The child at this age blossoms under encouragement. The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. Be aware of criticism. Now, criticism does not mean you do not guide your child towards the right things. It's just how you say it, not by comparing them to other children, not by belittling them, not by discouraging them, but giving them the confidence to start again, by giving them the encouragement that they can do it, they are capable of it. The need for rules. At this stage of life, when their brain is constantly growing, it's so important that children have their path clear and precise. They need rules, they need regulations, they need discipline. Now, discipline is created in a number of ways: showing the path clearly, being clear with your expectations, informing things, giving details, reasoning with them. Rules, if they are too many, hard to understand, or changing all the time, will only result in confusion. Rules should be few, precise, and clear. At this age, another very important thing that you can do is develop the sense of dependability. Dependability is developed with those little responsibilities and tasks and chores that you give to your child. Simple things at home: putting away dishes, emptying the dishwasher, putting their stuff away. When they are able to fulfill these little chores, it gives them a sense of accomplishment, and that will help them grow self confidence. If they can do little things, they can do big things tomorrow. And it's also a sense of responsibility. If, as a child, they have learned that people can depend on them, that they can take on responsibility, it will be a great resource to them as grown ups. A parent's biggest responsibility is to make the child grow into a dependable, responsible adult. Dependability is a learned attitude. It is the result of learning to consider others. Becoming dependable also goes hand in hand with developing a conscience and learning to discern what is best in the long run, not just what is pleasing at that moment. This is among the last ones, but one of my favorites, and also one that we practice a lot at our home. That's reading to your children. Reading to your children is such a great exercise and it fulfills so many objectives at the same time. You're spending time with your children, you are physically close to them, you are imparting knowledge to them, and the great thing is your selection of books. You can choose books that impart your values, that impart your principles, that help children learn the lessons that you want them to learn. Children will remember the stories of their favorite heroes for the rest of their lives. Heroes are very important to children during this age. They learn values like bravery and courage and standing up for themselves and so many similar values from their heroes. I love this quote from the book. It seems that God has put within children a hesitancy to go to bed so that parents, if they will, can have a special time at the close of the day to spend with their children. We told that a child awakens with much the same spirit the child had when going to sleep. It's such a lovely way to say good night to your child. I hope this video will help some parents. These are very simple things, things that we can start implementing today. If you enjoy this video, do let me know in the comment section which one of these is your favorite, if you've been already implementing it, and if there's any book that you would like me to review or you would suggest as a good reading, I'd be so thankful. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. Enjoy your families. Enjoy the loved ones that are around you. Love them. Life is so beautiful when we keep it simple.